Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to the first Environmental Performance Committee meeting of the year, of the triennium in fact. We're going to move right along. We've got some interesting speakers today. To start with, we'll have Brent, after we've gone through some formalities, introducing some of the leaders around the table here. So we'll move right along and start with the Karakia. So Brent, could you lead us into that, please?
Whakataka hau ki te uru, whakataka hau ki te tonga, i ngā kinekine ki uta, i ngā taratara ki tai, he aki ana te ati, he tio, he huka, he hauhu, I he mauria.
Good, thank you. And now we'll call for apologies. No apologies. Looks like everyone's here. And so we'll move through that. And confirmation of agenda. We're all set with that. Can someone move? Yep, Pamela, and seconded Kataraina. Thank you. And we'll put that all in favour. Yep. Thanks. Disclosures of interest. No disclosures of interest. Thank you. And now we'll move into public excluded. Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay. At this stage, Brent will just introduce the staff to us. Thanks, Brent.
Kia ora koutou. Welcome, councillors, to the first EPC of this triennium. Many of the faces around the table are not new to me, but might be new to some of my team, and you'll be new to the work of the EPC. So you'd have, through the business we're in workshops, you'd have heard a bit about both the Science Directorate and the Resource Use Directorate, but I know that you would have been bombarded with information over those days. So just give you a little bit of a summary of the key leaders that you'll be hearing from as you provide your governance oversight to our implementation activities and our, in particular, implementation activities under the Resource Management Act, the Building Act and the Maritime Services Act. So I'll start with Patrick at the end of the table there on the left. I think many of you know Patrick. Patrick is our Regional Compliance Manager. When Patrick has a number of his senior leaders here with him today who are going to be presenting papers which cover the sort of the breadth of the work that we do in the compliance space, and I'll leave that to Patrick to introduce those team members to you and the particular areas that they cover when Patrick's up. So just so regional compliance type matters, Patrick, very experienced, been around for a very long period of time, and a very safe pair of hands for you to engage with around regional compliance type matters. If I start at I'll start at the end of the table over there. You'll know Ayla. Ayla keeps us all on track. Patrick in a minute will introduce Billy and Wayne. Next to Wayne there is Dean. So you won't hear from Dean today. Dean oversees our business and our education teams. Our education teams do a whole range of work around rangatahi voices, enviro schools, river schools. Dean's team will be reporting to this committee through the course of the training. No papers today, but just want to introduce you to Dean. Beside Dean, we have Amy Robinson. Amy is our Regional Consents Manager. Regional consents encompasses all consent processing, but also compliance of resource consents. And one of Amy's team will be here today to present to you on some of the work we're doing in that compliance space. Beside Amy, we have Tracy Nelson. Tracy Nelson, many of you would have heard through the business we're in workshops. Tracy has recently joined us in the last year, leading a very significant piece of work that's going to be happening for all rural landowners around the Motu over the next 5 years or so around farm planning. So today, Tracy's going to give you a bit of an introduction to set the scene for what you can expect from us over the coming 3 years as we're looking to, as the country is rolling out a farm planning regulatory regime. And then we have Ben, and Ben is making sure that if from the outcome of this meeting there are particular media releases that the committee would like to make into the public arena, Ben helps us get those words just right. So with that, welcome to the team, welcome councillors.
Thanks.
Oh,
What?
and I'm really, really bad. Sorry, you hid from me. He's down the back, Mike Scarsbrook. This committee looks after the implementation activities under the RMA that happens in the Use Directorate. Also, a lot of the science work that comes to Tracy's directorate, but it's under the leadership of Mike particularly and Ed Brown, the two senior managers of the science directorate. So Ed Brown sometimes will have papers coming through about the work that they're doing. Today there is two of Mike's science, a couple of key pieces of work, very interesting papers. And
Thanks. Welcome everyone to the EPC committee. Look, we've got to move into public excluded for this next piece. So that requires for any public in the room here and media to move out for a little moment, please. Yep, thanks.
We can, if you're waiting outside, we can come get you when we move back into open session.
Thanks. Okay, introducing Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. Oh, we need to move in, okay. So we're going to move Katarina and also, yep. Thanks. All right. Thank you. Legal reasons.
The following good reasons to withhold this report from the public exist under Section 6 and/or 7 of the Local Government Official and Meetings Act in 1997, also known as LaGuima. In accordance with Section 48(1)(a) of the Act, the reasons to go into public excluded is to protect the privacy of natural persons, including that of deceased natural persons. All this is under Section 7(a) of the Act, and to maintain legal professional privilege, and for the maintenance of the law and the right to a fair trial. This is under Section 6(a) of the Local Government Act. I will now change the recording.